marvel at the gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay our crown and worship you. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay our crown and worship you. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. Jesus, we lay.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Impact Royal TV. You're very much welcome to your favorite program, Something in Need for You, on Impact Royal TV. Friends, wherever you are, it's a joy to have you on tonight. And I want to encourage you, my beloved friends, to share on your wall, invite your friends and family, and let somebody be blessed tonight. Today I want to talk about what drives your life. What drives your life? You see, we're in a world that we're being driven by so many things, because everyone in life is driven by something. Is driven by something. See that you're being driven by your wife, your husband, your children, your career, your family. You know, there's something somewhere that is driving you, and what drives you becomes what shape your life. It become things that become so important to you than anything else. So the question tonight is, what is it that is driving your life? What is it? Are you being driven by what you have achieved or what you are yet to achieve? Are you being driven by challenges or problems that you have, or you feel that, right, everybody is making it, everyone is doing well, but I've been left behind, so I'm not really where I so much desires to be? Is that what is driving you? Or is it the success or the progress of other people that now become a measuring rod for you that is driving your life? You see, Whether you like it or not, there's something that drives your life. But you have to be able to acknowledge or discover what it is. To discover what it is that is driving your life. I know what drives my life. Everyone in the world is driven by something. Unless you are dead, that you are no longer subject to any forces or situation at all. But even with that, before you die, what drives your life is your life driven towards the kingdom of God or the kingdom of darkness. Is your life driven towards enriching yourself at the expense of others? So, see, whatever drives your life, if you're not very careful, they become the God that you serve. Become the God that you serve. Sometimes you may even be driven by your problem. There are some people that when they're going through, you can easily read it in their face. You can see it all over them. That this person is not all right. Something is mentally, emotionally, or physically wrong. And by the time you ask that individual, they'll be able to tell you what they're going through. Something is driving them. Pressure at work, marital business, instability, insecurity, even sometimes painful memory. Painful memory can drive you. It can drive you mad, it can drive you nuts, it can be the push of your life. Even the fear of unknown. What is going to happen to me tomorrow? How do I pay my bills? How do I feed my family? How do I put shelter over my head? There are things created naturally and unnaturally to drive you. To drive you. You see, the danger is that if you allow situation of things to drive you, see, at what point are they going to stop you? At what point are they going to say, I have driven you long enough and I've driven you to the bus stop of your destination. Now is the time for you to get down. You see, if you spend your money to buy a car, you are to drive the car. It's not for the car to drive you. The moment the car starts to drive you, then you know something is mechanically wrong because there's a serious breakdown. When your car starts to drive you, then you start to spend money on it all the time. All the time. You are in and out of mechanic workshop. All that you think, all that matters to you is how to fix it, how to make it work. How to make it work. But situation that is draining you is a situation that you need to jettison with. It's a situation that you need to, that you need to reflect. You need to look at, is it really worth it? Because if you're not very careful, that situation will drive you to poverty, will drive you to penury. Money that you're supposed to be using to look after yourself, your family, your welfare, your well-being, then something is taking it away from you because that becomes a God in your life that drives you. You see, there are hundreds of circumstances or hundreds of reasons that can drive your life. I'm just trying to, tell you that whether you're rich or poor, there is something that drives your life. You see, we're in a world today. There are a lot of things are going on in the world. A lot of things going on in the world. There is war. There are conflicts. Political instability. The business is not doing well. The church, the religious body too, do not even know where they stand, what they're doing. The political class is become a laughing stock. Those in the business cannot even guarantee if their business is going to survive tomorrow or not. So mega business are, taking over the smaller one to swallow them, to shrink them, to get them out of the business. A lot of things is going on. A lot of things is going on. So what is it that is driving you? What drives your life? There's some that the children become a problem. As those children, some living from prison back to prison, prison back to prison, some with drugs, some with some situation that is not palatable to speak about. Despicable situation that they found themselves. You see, until it happens to you, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. But I want to say this to someone today, that we all go through. My going through may be different from your one. Your one may likely be different from mine. But there is no one living underneath the surface of the earth. I mean, no one living in this world today that is not going through. We all go through. But in the course of your going through, I want you to take a pause and ask yourself, the way these circumstances and situation is driving my life, where is it driving me to? Your car is designed to take you from one point to another point. It's to take you from one destination to another destination. And when you get to where you're going, then you need to stop. So you already drove you from point A to point B. Same thing with life. Same thing with life. There are many things that you go through during the course of life. And the Bible made us to know about Ecclesiastes. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3 talks about time. A time to be born and a time to die. Between the time of birth and between the time of death, there are issues, there are circumstances, there are uphill tasks, there are trouble, there are major events that could have happened in your life, but driving you towards a particular destination. So, my question to you again is this: what drives your life? Is your life driven about what you can acquire, what is good for you, what benefits you? Is your life driven by what can profit you? Is your life only driven by what is good for you and your family? Self-centeredness. Is your life only driven by what you can get, not what you can give? You see, if you want to know about people's good character or attitude, you will not know when you are good. Because if you're good, if you have wealth, if you have money, if they always come to you, that you help them, you support them, they will naturally be nice to you. What you see at that time is not their true character. When a man is in need, he will behave. But you see the true character when a man is no longer in need of your help and they still remain humble, steadfast, loving, dedicated, faithful. Then you know that that is their true nature of character. But because they are in need and they tend to be nice, of course they have no choice. They have to be nice. They needed help. That's why they behave well. Go and see when the moment that they achieve their aim and their desire, you will see a different person entirely. So what was driving their lives at the time was because of need. So what is driving your life? What drives you to the faith? Or what is driving you out of the faith? What is it that is making a difference in your life? What is it that is not making a difference? It's what is making a difference, driving you towards God's goal, or the one that is not making a difference is driving you towards hell or danger or sorrow. Because if you look at life, need can become an issue. Even the process that you struggle to achieve it and you do not have it, then you cannot start to think of a negativity. The Bible told us that the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can know it? So what drives the wickedness of man is because of what they want to achieve, what they so much desire to become in life. But if goodness drives your life, you'll be willing at all times to pursue that goodness, irrespective of what you encounter, what you went through, or the way people respond to you, the way you'll be treated. Because out of your heart will flow the goodness, the ability to reach out to others, to touch and to impact their life in a positive way. So my question to you, beloved, is this: what drives your life? Again, I'm asking that question all the time. I may not be able to answer that question for you, but you have to get a point that you need to ask yourself this honest question: what is driving my life? It is what drives your life that will make you to behave the way you're behaving. If all that matters to you is to pursue money, such people, they don't really mind to bring other people down for the sake of them getting up. They don't really mind. So, as I've said to you, there's so many, if not hundreds and thousands of things that may become issue that drives your life. That drives your life. So, the basic motive for success is the driving force. The driving force. And what is your own driving force? Envy, jealousy, hatred, dishonesty, unfaithfulness, lack of integrity. When you say something, you cannot keep it. When you promise, you cannot follow it up. You see, I've said it before, I'm saying it again. My late mother used to tell us this. And she said, sometimes you may spend 10p. And you think that 10p is a lot of money. But and this is what she said, that if you lose that 10p, you may need to spend £1 or £10 because of it. And you start asking yourself, that what sense does that make? He said it's integrity. Integrity is priceless. That it doesn't matter how much amount of money you're going to spend because of integrity. And so therefore, you can spend £1 to look for 10p. In business economy, it looks stupid. An accountant will tell you that that is nonsense. But when you are talking about integrity, if integrity is the key issue that drives your life, you will stop at nothing to make sure that your yes is yes, your no is no. When you say you're coming, you're coming. When you say you're going, you're going. One of the principles of leadership is that as a leader, you need to be predictable. Your followers should be able to know where you're going. Not the African kind of mentality that don't tell people where you're going. Don't tell them what you're doing. But if you're a leader, your followers needs to know where you're going. If you look at Jesus' style of leadership, wherever he's going, his followers know where he's going. They know where to find him. They know where he's going to be at a given time. At a given time. So what drives your life? Is it integrity or lack of integrity? If you lack integrity, then success will be far away from you. Success will be far away from you. So in today's world, a number of things drives people's life. Some will be driven to success, some will be driven to failure. But I want to challenge you, beloved, that in life, get something clear. You will have issues that will drive you. But never allow the situation of life to drive you to death. Because in death, it is over. A dead man can no longer complain. A dead woman can no longer look after anything. In the course of the drive, the situation and circumstances have driven you to a point that you neglect your spiritual life, you neglect your medical life, you neglect your physical life, you neglect all that you require to do to sustain you, to keep you alive. And by the time you now want to come back to it, you discover that a lot of things is too late. What drives your life? What drives your life? I'm believing God for someone today that you not just take this as just word of man, that you take as something that will make you to reflect. But that's what something is needful you. There is something that you need to learn. You can imagine in Genesis chapter 4, I'm sure many believers, many Christians, even non-Christians, know that story very well, the story of Cain and Abel. And when you look at Cain, what drove his life? Envious of his own brother. It was the thing that drove his life. That whatever my brother has, I should be the one having it. I should be the one. It should come to me. And his life was driven recklessly. Recklessly. That to the point that he made a decision that brought curse upon his life. What drives your life? Wealth that you acquire illegally, ungodly, never lasts. You need to get that clear. So what drives your life? How many rooms can you sleep? How many rooms, how many cars at a time can you drive? When you're gone, none of the rooms, none of the cars, none of what you have that will be going with you. You met them in this world and you're going to leave them. So what is driving your life? Is your life driven by being nice and kind to humanity? Take care of people around you, your environment, the ecosystem. The ecological disaster is beyond comprehension. The ecological disasters have taken more lives than what war has taken at a time. But we tend to be alert and seriously concerned when it is war. Right now, there's a war or conflict going on Israel and Hamas, then Russia and Ukraine. But the death in Libya and Morocco and Afghanistan through ecological disaster put together is more than the number of people that have been reported dead during the war. So, what drives your life? If you care less about the environment, that you abuse it, you drop litters, you drop, you drop things all over the places, you litter the environment, you do your own gutter, you do not, you fill it up with garbage, a number of things all happening all around. You think it's got nothing to do with you. But you see, the greatest mistake humanity is making is that abuse of the environment is abuse of humanity. Because the consequence will be that the ecosystem will react. And the moment they do, you do not have another planet that you're going to live. It's still the same planet. Your children, my children, are still going to live in that planet. So what drives your life? You see, take it from me that something is designed to drive your life, either right way or wrong way. But as I've said about the eco issue, always remember that you are the product of your past. But you can free yourself from being a prisoner of your own past by starting to do the right thing now. Don't let what you're going to eat alone be the driving force. Don't let what you're going to wear alone be the driving force. Let what drives you bring peace, comfort, harmony, joy unto others. The world is designed for us all to live together. That is the design, that is the primary aim. So that we dwell together, we live together, we share ideas together. We do not have to agree on all issues because we are created differently. Our DNA, our sense of reasoning is completely different. But tolerance is the key issue. Is the key issue. And take it from me, God specializes in giving people a special start. A special start. So you can start now. If what you have been doing in the past is to abandon your health, abandon your family, abandon, things that really matters, now is the time for you to wake up. Maybe God is sending me to you today. That this is the time for you to start to reflect. I don't know what drives you. I know what drives me. But what drives me does not necessarily mean it's right. But I have to ask myself that if what drives me is not right, then I need to change. I need to work on it. I need to turn it around. But let me share two things that I discover that tends to drive people most times. Resentment and anger. Anger never builds. Anger destroys. Anger brings nothing but curse upon you. It will make you to regret. Anger exposes our foolishness and stupidity. That's what it does. Anger and resentment, they are of the same family. You do not need to resent other people because of their success, because of what their achievement. You do not need to resent them. Neither do you need to have unnecessary anger that may cut short your destiny, your own glory. Because those people that hold hurts, they never get over them. They never get over them. They harbor pain. Everything about them is full of anger. Full of anger. How to destroy it, how to damage it, how to not to make it work. But anger never builds. Anger destroys. Anger damages. That's what anger does. So don't let your life be driven by anger. Don't let your life be driven by resentment. The one whom you resent today may be your savior tomorrow. No one is got monopoly of knowledge. You know something. Yes, you are skillful in what you know, but you do not know it all. There is someone somewhere who knows what you do not know. And that's why it's dangerous to walk in resentment. I want to conclude with this. That whatever drives your life will determine your success and your failure. If your life is driven by all what you can achieve, what you can have alone, that you care less about what happens to your environment, what happens to friends, what happens to family, what happens to your community, you think all and all about yourself alone. You eat alone and you die alone. It's a common saying that if you eat alone, then you die alone. So what drives your life? If your life is driven by worry, let me be clear with you. I've done a program before that I call Worry, the Christian Cancer. If your life is driven by worry, before you came to this world, there have been issues that gets people worried. And when you go, that same worry is still not going to stop. So, if you cannot fix it, why worry about it? But if you can fix it, then why worry about it? Don't let worry drive you to your grave early. Don't let anger separate you from your helper. Don't let resentment make your helper run away from you. Don't let them. But always get one thing clear. There is someone somewhere designed to lift you up, to get you to the next level. But what drives your life will determine your success and your failure. So this is what I want to share with you today. That whether you like it or not, your life is driven by something. I know what drives my life. And you know what drives your life. But you need to ask yourself, how holistic are they? Those things that drives your life, they've been a success or a blessing to other people, or it's just about you and you and you alone, that what drives your life has made you to lose integrity. Think about it. Think and think and think about it. See, this is what I have come to share with you tonight. And I just pray that those that are in charge of the world, politics, business, that the Lord will minister to them and they will do the right thing. They will not be driven by their own inordinate ambition, but they will be driven because of their genuine love for humanity. Until such a time I come your way. God bless you, and make sure that your life is driven by things that is going to bring honor and glory to God. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and God bless you.